Labira, desde el modo la Biblia, eres tanto top. Making sense of the issue, for better discussion. Eku Sharika Nito, Eku Sharika. Labira, desde el modo la Biblia, eres tanto top. Making sense of the issue, for better discussion. Eku Sharika Nito. La vida es un modo la vida, eres tanto top. Making sense of the issue, for better discussion. Eku Sharika Mito, Eku Sharika. La vida es un modo la vida, eres tanto top. Making sense of the issue, for better discussion. Eku Sharika Mito. Ladra, Eku Sharika Mito. Into Foundation and education. Eku Sharika Mito. Ladra, Eku Sharika Mito. Good information. Information is document and education. Eku Sharika Mito. Eku Sharika. From Monday to Friday, la vida. Eku Sharika Mito. From Monday to Friday, la vida. Eku Sharika Mito. From Monday to Friday, la vida. Eku Sharika Mito. Eku Sharika. La vida es de la vida. Eres tanto top. Making sense of the issue, for better discussion. Eku Sharika Mito. Bringing time to you. For better days are come. They will carry coming to come. Liberia, if you know about Liberia, it is time to talk. Bringing time to you. For better days are come. Seku cherry coming to Seku cherry day. Coming to we got the nine book information and education. The butcher is coming to talk. The butcher is coming to talk. Good information. Information is talking and education. The butcher is coming to talk. The butcher is Come on, let's go. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Seku Sherry day. Liberia, Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, listen to the Bible, Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense on the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Seku Sherry day. Liberia, listen to the Bible, Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk.
I want to say thank you to God. Thank you to God Almighty for making us to be here today. I want to say good evening to the good people of Liberia. Good evening to the good people of Liberia. Whatsoever you are joining us tonight on this show, I want to say we're very grateful to return and do the people's job. This is what we love to do for our country, Liberia. At times, some of the things we do, it is being observed differently by the people. But yet still we need to do what we need to do in the interest of our country, Liberia. Here we are again today, about to take another tough journey. But yet still we need to continue and do what we love best in our country, Liberia. And let me give you the lineup of what we're going to be doing on the show. Shortly, we're going to have Mohammed C, who's a supporter of the government, will be my guest here shortly for 30 minutes on the show. It runs up to 7 o'clock, and at 7 o'clock, we're going to have a major discussion around the LDEA, Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. And that would take us up to um, will take us up to 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, we're going to have as our guests Honorable Mustafa Kouyaté, who wants to be president in Liberia, and he's been making the rounds. And so he's going to be our guest here at 8 o'clock, runs up to 9 o'clock. But before that time, shortly we go to the international desk to talk to our international correspondents to know what's happening in the world. This thing about drugs in our country, Liberia, it is not proven. It says to me that those of the people at the helm of power are the me doers of drugs related issues in Liberia. And tonight, we're going to be deep into it. And I'm going to promise you, Liberians, again, if I say anything about anyone at LDA without any facts or reading document or playing you audio or relating to pictures, don't never believe in me. I know it is a tough journey, but we need to do this for our country, Liberia. And so today, we're going to embark on another journey, helping our country, helping our beloved government, so that these things will not be on the head of the government all the time. My name is Sekou Sharif. Inshallah, with the blessing of my parents, I'm going to take you up to 9 o'clock tonight on the show. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss today's edition of the show. And it promises to be great. Is the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency has turned to be a hotel? What's happening? People are using their offices. Is the DA now into violations of drugs they do in the country? What's happening about that matter here tonight? You will listen and you will follow exactly what's happening at the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. You don't want to miss today's edition of the show like any other days you followed and you will follow. Oh, yes. The DA is an epicenter of drugs peddling, and they call themselves DA officers and wanting to confuse us. And with the blessing of my parents, inshallah, I will expose the people at LDEA. I support my government. I don't support individuals that do wrong things in the government. My name is Sekou Sharif. Get glued to your radio as we try to go through the international text to talk to our international correspondents. Let me say thank you to each and every one of you for always tuning in at about this time so we can talk about the issues that matter to our country, Liberia. And there's something that happened over the weekend. Uh, yes, political movement. The politics is getting serious by the day, and you know that this is something very, very interesting. I did a post today before I can go. There are lots of persons that made a lot of comments under the post. Um, I want to say uh, that is good, and I'm gonna read your comments. And the reason why I'm gonna read your comments is because I respect you, and you people are very, very important. And just to inform you, um, two of our international correspondents, uh, they're going through a lot. One of them is ill. As management, we're able to swiftly intervene. Our Nigerian correspondent will not be able to work today, and our Sierra Leone correspondent was been attacked, and all the necessary procedures are informing the authority whatsoever is being worked on, and we were able to tell them that as Voice of Liberia will provide all the necessary uh, uh, stuff for our Sierra Leonean correspondent of the issue they just experienced in that part of the country. So we will just talk to maybe a few of them today. But let me go to the post I did. I say few hours ago. When I did a post, um, you had a lot of persons commenting on the post. And to tell you how I respect you people, let me go to the post and read some of your comments. Let me go to the post and read some of your comments that you made recently when I did a post. Now, this is from undefeatable Linus Yam. This person writes and says, whoa, Lorenzo Bannersville, all the signs of running. Then my own good friend and brother, Chad, is, he wrote, he says, whoa. And I went under, I said, voice recordings, documents, and videos, bro. And then he wrote back, he said, whoa, we will follow up. And I said, sure, bro. And you have Jonathan and Jip. He says, I will definitely follow. Gatio Bobby, he sent emoji stuff of someone laughing in a common Liberian parlance. And there's this next person says, Momo El Valley Sinion says, well, I will definitely follow. Ambassador Blamo and To, who is a Liberian journalist, he worked with Bana FM, he said, Michael Gible, any clarity? Is a question. I think Michael Gible should be the communication man for LDEA. Joshua Crote says will follow. Pastor Alvin B. Massaquer says, cheese, turn to sellers, I will follow. And then you have prominent citizen says, I can't stop laughing. Your comment is hilarious. I don't know what she meant of it. Um, Sensi Kadi said, oh, whoa. You have Abraham Zlanta Momodu So says, I think is the Just Saga from Grand Gide. Oh, you're very smart. Eh? It's one of it. Not all, but one of it. And Taco B. Somewhere says, another fascinating edition of Issues of Today is loading. I can't afford to miss it. You have M.O. Grace, TSS. Whoa, I can't wait. You got Chris, PSS, Bill, Tico, friend Lorenzo, always in drugs related saga. I will call you names of drugs areas being controlled by the two heads of LDEA. And I will also do clear evidence on the radio today. Today, some of you will get something clear here with all the pieces of evidence we've got it. And I'm going to use myself to fight the issue to expose drugs those of the people in the business of drugs in our country. If this would cost anything about me, I'm willing to go through it because I know what I've received, some of the things they've done, and how to send people after people. I'm willing to go through all of that, but I will expose it. Roosevelt T. Union says, Trouble Cameo, Jeremy for Pelina, Amos Matari said, will follow closely. Love Nyongbe, Kamara, say, Watcho, Amos Antoinette, Singbe said, uh, Charofik Jala Joe Jinin says, okay, sir. Frank D. Washington writes and says, I'm set to get all the updates today. Check it down says, he has a picture of the US president and Liberia's best president picture. Princess Kamara says that every year thing. Friday Young says, I trust you, Siko. Richard B. Cooper Jr. says, Darius D says, oh, well, I try to do this because I respect each and every one of you that send your messages on our post. And Alfred Topar, a journalist, also, I love the page and all of that. Let's go to our international text. And then when we come back, then we go into lots of issues. Our guest should be here. Mohammed C should be here now to come in studio. We're going to take him for 30 minutes. After that, then we'll go into LDA. Bring the guest. Okay, let's go to Ghana. Our very first stop, that's Gambia. Or yes, let's go to Ghana first, and then we'll come back to Gambia. Keep our international correspondents in your prayers because they're going through a lot. Two of them. The office of the special prosecutor has confirmed that the former minister of sanitation and water resources, Cecilia Dapa, has been arrested over suspected corruption. There in Ghana, we're going to go to Jonas Biarubi, who is also of Liberia, a Ghanaian correspondent. Jonas, good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight on the show.
Good evening, Sekou. Thank you.
This news coming from Ghana is something very interesting in the fight against corruption. I'm told the office of the special prosecutor has confirmed to Ghanaians and the world that the former minister of sanitation and water resources, Cecilia Dakpa, has been arrested over suspected corruption within the country. Tell us more about the stolen money.
Yes, so Sekou, just like you said, corruption, of course, I'm sure that anybody that hears this story would definitely link it up with corruption in a sense that she is a public servant, she occupies a public office as a minister, and for such an amount of money, I mean, 1 million US dollars, 300,000 euros, and then huge sums of Ghanaian cedis that they don't even know the amount found in your room, and nobody is aware how this minister managed to get it in their room. Now, it's until the house help and has connived with other people to steal this money that they have come to realize that some monies were not there. But mind you, Sekou, the most shocking thing is that when these monies were stolen, they never realized taken from her bedroom because the money was stolen somewhere last year, July, and we are in July again. Exactly 1 year. That an amount of 1 million US dollars has been taken from your bedroom and you didn't realize. That tells you that a lot more of such amount is in the bedroom, and that's why they have not realized it. So the summary of all these things is that the house help of this former minister, because she has resigned, when the news broke she resigned, has the house help went into her room and then connived with her boyfriend and an ex-boyfriend, and they went into the room to take that amount of money to go and share among themselves.
So is it a means of how it was being discovered that the money was stolen?
So how it was discovered is this way. Um, the husband of the former minister went out, I think, and when he was returning home, he realized that their bedroom was open and yet he was holding the keys when the wife was not also at home. So what happened was the house help, together with her accomplices, duplicated the key to their bedroom And so, as at the time the husband of the former minister came, these guys were dead 6 months more. So one was by the door, and one was inside the room searching for some more cash. And that was how come the husband was like, well, it means that this act has been going on for a very long time. And so they need to check what has improved. That was when they realized that that amount of money was not improved again. Even as we speak, people, including the former minister and her husband, are still even disputing the figure. So some people believe that those fees could be more because they don't even know the amount of money that has been taken. And so they just added some figures to it when they reported the case to the police station. And so as the heat has been coming from the public, then the special prosecutor just this afternoon arrested her and took her to their office for questioning to ensure how she managed to get the money and why she was keeping huge amounts of money inside her room.
What has been the response from the former minister as it has been taking some different trend in the country?
Yes, she has responded, but a very bizarre response that she gave there because the news broke out on the next day, Saturday. Then she issued a statement, and what she was saying was that there are some inconsistencies in the news that is making round about the stolen money, and so she was taking her time to identify the source of these inconsistencies, and then she will respond later. But what Kenyans were expecting was that if you are disputing some of the facts in your statement, what you could indicate is that, well, the figures that you have in the news are not actually the same. Perhaps it's not 1 million, it was rather 500 or it was 2,000. You clear the air and people understand. Mind you, these figures that people are talking about was contained in the police chat sheet when they went to report the case at the police station. And so her response actually did not clear any doubt in the minds of Ghanaians, but was just this. But let me add before I go, Seku, that people are also very angry at the president because when the minister sent her resignation letter, the response, the acceptance that the president gave has actually angered Ghanaians more because the president in accepting the resignation at the end of his acceptance letter indicated that he is very much aware that the former minister will be exonerated, just like the former minister herself is thinking to be exonerated. So
So
it's
Jonah,
raising concerns because
Jonah, that brings us to this point to ask you how serious is the Ghanaian government in the fight against corruption?
yeah, that was the point I was coming to make. I mean, for several times, issues like this have come, allegations against appointees of this particular government, and then they have been cleared by the president himself. And a lot of people are not happy with it because even if investigative bodies have done their independent work to find faults or some issues relating to those allegations, the president himself will still come out with a statement from his office to clear those people because they are his appointees. So you can say that this government is not committed to fighting corruption because in a matter like this, they are yet to investigate the matter. And if the highest office of the country has made it point that they know that the woman will be exonerated, it sends a signal that security or the investigators might be tight because they may not be able to do otherwise
Okay.
as the presidency is.
Thank you very much. Jonas Biarubi is Voice of Liberia, Ghanaian correspondent there from Ghana. Let's talk to Amadou Kante. We'll come back, and then we have our guest here already, Mohamed Atsi, who's a Liberian and a supporter of the George Weah-led administration. Amadou has joined us on the line tonight from the Gambia. Amadou, good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight on the show.
Good evening, Sekou, and thank you very much for having me as always.
Now, Amadou, the Gambia government has finally unveiled its long awaited acute kidney injury crisis related report, and the Minister of Health declared the sacking of the executive director of the Gambia Medicines Control Agency and his deputy. Could you bring us to speed with this development?
Indeed, yes. That has actually what happened in the Gambia on Friday. The Minister of Health with top government officials and some of the affected families just to inform the Gambians on the long-awaited decision of the Gambia government on this acute kidney crisis that hit the Gambia some months ago, of course, nearly 1 year now. And yes, and the pronouncement was made that the Gambia Medicine Control Agency's executive director and his deputy have been relieved of their duties with immediate effect. And of course, the Gambia government is potentially working on measures to take legal action against Indian government. And one major, pharmacy that imported drugs, its license also has been seized. Apparently, so these are among some of the measures that were announced by the government through the Ministry of Health in a press briefing that was organized on Friday.
Have the authorities made any statement towards such?
Well, not relatively, but all that the authorities have they are very much concerned and feel that these were some of the measures that they can took to restore the public confidence in the health sector and also in the government because people were generally not happy at all as to the way and how the Gambia government dealt with this saga, especially with the affected families, parents who lost their kids, and as you may understand, apparently they have taken a legal action against the government. So, in a way, they feel this is a way to restore public confidence, apparently, in the health system, and also the people that are involved in one way or the other needed to do what was expected, and they did not do the right thing, and they have to. Have some price to pay. I think this is why they have to take such decisions. So not many expected though. For example, such a top officer of the MTA would be sacked. Apparently, when the crisis outbroke in sometimes in June or July last year, the Minister of Health was expected to be sacked. So that never happened. So apparently, people start losing hope. So I think this might have come in a slight surprise for many Gambians.
Thank you very much, Amadou Kante. Amadou is voice of Liberia, Gambian correspondent. On the line tonight from the Gambia on the program. Like we said, we have our guest here already, seated in our main studios, one of our main studios, and we're going to have a conversation with him on the show tonight, so we can dig deep into some other issues on the program tonight. But don't forget, coming up is the issue surrounding LDEA. Mohammed, as he is a Liberian and a very educated, young, passionate Liberian who wants to see the success of the government, and he preaches good messages, and he follows all of the workings of the government. And he has joined us today to tell us about some of the things that maybe some of you've not heard about. And he's my guest on the show. Mohammed, let me say good evening to you. And I'm very grateful to have you as my guest today.
Thank you, Mr. Sharif. It
Mm,
is indeed an honor
mm,
to be in your studio, whose impact
mm.
in this country is very, very standing. At about this time in our country history, it is always a pleasure to join the intellectual discourse from wherever one can join the discourse to make his or her contribution towards the growth and development of this country, especially at about these crucial times where we are headed to election. It is an honor to be in your studio.
Thank you, Mohammed. First of all, for the sake of the public, can you introduce yourself as a private citizen? Who are you? And they want to know exactly.
So, to be very short, I'm Mohammed C. I am a classroom teacher.
Mhm.
I support this government. I am a partisan of the Coalition for Democratic Change. In short, I believe in the fight for social justice. I believe in the fight for a just society. I believe in a society where all should be given the opportunity. It is against that backdrop that I, Mohammed C, particularly
mm.
support this government, noting for so many perspectives that will be made known as we go along the conversation here today.
Okay. Now, because of time, we're going to run you through some of the things that we want to discuss. You want to give us your perspective as a young man about the George Weah-led administration. What can this government boast of in terms of what she has done with we in the five running to the 6 years now because we're going to go for elections? What has this government done? There were a lot of promises made.
So, Segu,
Mm.
let's approach these conversations from this background.
Hmm.
I am a student of economics, and I'm also a student of history.
Mm.
So, let's begin this conversation from two major
Mm.
perspectives. Constitutionally, permit me to make reference to two articles of the 1986 Constitution
Mhm.
so as to build up my case surrounding
Mhm.
the reason for which this government should be re-elected or why do I support this government. To be very short, Article 1 of the 1986 Constitution squarely says all power is inherent in the people.
Mhm.
And the power lies, and the people also have the power to decide as to who should be their leaders democratically. Article 50 of the 1986 Constitution also speaks to the fact that the president is the head of state, is the commander in chief of the country. In other words, the president. And in that same article, it gives that brand the opportunity to understand that the president serves 2 terms, 6 years, 6 years. So, in the wisdom of the framers of the Constitution, they know fully well that just a term is not sufficient for any president.
Mhm.
4 years ago, I graduated from the University of Liberia. Let me use an anecdote. I was a student leader at the University of Liberia.
Mhm.
I can still vividly remember to what extent we protested against government so as to ensure our colleagues and us to be schooled. This president, upon taking his office in 2018 of January,
Mhm.
moving towards 2019, not an alumnus of the University of Liberia, nothing of other who has served as president of this country,
Mhm.
being alumni or alumnus of this country, could not change the narrative. The president said, look, to have a very viable society where young people can be at the center stage of critical decision making,
Mhm.
there's a need to invest into human capital development. And how can we do this? The first thing is let's try to invest into education. The president, through the citizen-led government, declared the University of Liberia to be a free institution in all other public universities.
Mhm.
The president said, look, this is not just enough. We have secondary students who will struggle to pay tuition fees. 5 years ago, we were writing was and we're paying for the was.
Mhm.
Come to think about our sisters who were exploited by people on grounds that they needed fees to pay WAEC or was now.
Mhm.
The president took up the responsibility. Nothing of the many propagandas from the quote unquote opposition, the president does not give credence to education, declare was to be free. That's a landmark project. That's a landmark justification that has been given to me and many other people in my league to support this president. Now, as I told you earlier, I'm a student of economics.
Mhm.
Just a month ago, my cousin ended his WAS.
Mhm.
He's of age 18 now. Let me just say, he will be voting for the very first time. So I've always asked this question. I say, who are you going to support in these elections? And he will say to me, I do not know who I will support in these elections. It gives me a reference to a book called Economic Development, the 12 editions.
Mhm.
A little was in the market, and a guy came to her. Before he could interact with her, he saw the house of the lady.
Mhm.
Very bad. He saw the clothes that the lady was wearing. He went to the kitchen, he saw the material, the going to say the utensils,
Mhm.
all visually damaged. And he asked the lady, are you doing well? What is poverty? You know what the lady say?
Mm.
Do not ask me what is poverty.
But why she says such?
She said, you have seen my home. You have gone to my kitchens. Literally, you cannot see anything that is there to sustain people.
Mm.
So on this very faithful day, when my cousin ended his exam, I asked him, "Who are you going to vote for?" He said, "Mohammed, don't ask me these questions. Haven't you known, or have you not known that the president is the one that has paid our tuition fees?
Mhm.
Are you not aware that it is the president that has paid our wife or wife's fees?" So I'm using that case now to build the case that even my cousins and many other cousins of other family members will use that reason. Let's move to infrastructure development. That's how I want us to approach the conversation.
Mm.
So this is something I'd like to ask you, Sekou. Let's make this
No, you're not
conversation.
asking me. Oh.
Let's if I say ask you, I want to be rhetorical.
Mhm.
A child who was born 2000 should be at the age of 23.
Mhm.
Meaning from 2000 to 2023, the child should be 23 years old.
Mhm.
Ask the child, what has Blackite done directly that has impact on the lives of this country? That kid or that child will struggle to tell you what Baka has done. What is the glaring thing that Baka has done as a convincing factor to give Baka a support? On the other hand, as a child, between the age of 18 to 23 or from 2000 to 2023, what this president has done for you, the kid or that child will be very fast to say, look, it is because of the president that I was able to complete was absolutely free of charge. It is because of this president I will be matriculated at the Universal Liberia if I were to make a pass on the exam, absolutely free of charge. These are tangibles. These are impact-driven projects that the child between the age of 18 to 23 will be able to tell you that this government has done. So,
What's something different that this government can boast of apart from this free tuition that they've carried out?
so the government has so many things that we can boast of.
Mm.
Let's use a very ordinary approach. I'm particularly speaking to the undecided voters.
Mhm.
I'm not talking to political
Mm.
partisans who may have made their sides or who are still looking in between. I'm not talking to the mujahideens
Mm.
or political parties. Let's take the drive
Mm.
to the community places. Just years ago, in these times of our country seasoned, when there is a heavy downpour of rain, a person that lives in those community will be wondering as to where to go so easily. The president said, look, people from the slum community should be given opportunity. In development status, there are three core components of development. And one of the core components of development has to do with self-esteem. Give them the value, give them the sense of belonging. How can you be in this contemporary economy? How can you be living in this country, this century, 21st century? Let me use that term, very simple manner. And cannot easily have a driveway towards where you live. The president broke ground, built the door community road. He did not stop there. He said, look, our mothers continue to serve in bad environments. Come to think about Douala. Many days I used to go to St. Mary when I was in grade school. I saw my mothers, not particularly biological mothers, selling on the roads on the streets. The president said, no, we need
People
to
of the modern
build.
age.
Yes, we need
Mm.
to build a modern market structure that can be able to give decency for our mothers. He did not stop there. He said, look, Come to think about the old road market. It's not far from the studio here. For how long will our mother continue to sell in the marketplaces? Very deplorable. The president constructed another marketplace there. He did not stop there. Go to the Omega, where a few years ago when I was when I was attending the brother Labro, I saw real deplorable conditions of our people. The president constructed the Omega marketplaces. So this is a government that has been able to say, look, life opportunities should be afforded to the ordinary people. Life opportunities should be given to the people on the basis of decency, on the basis of what they deserve. Some of these are reasons for which I believe firmly as a citizen in this regard for the re-elections of the president.
Okay, so you have a very important period now in the country where we're moving towards elections, and people think that the reason why you people will come up to say some of the things you're saying, it is because you want the president to be re-elected. But there are other promises the president made; he's yet to fulfill them. Looking at what the president said, Liberians will not be spectators in their own economy. It's so good that you are economists.
Seku, whenever people talk about the president's statement
Mm,
using a very specific scenario, elaborate on specific on the economy,
mm,
obviously the president meant to say, or he's trying to say, look, this government will create an economically environment, suitable environment that will allow people to make business or that will allow people to compete.
mm.
But interestingly, Seku, people continue to misconstrue the statement from the president. And if you look at this entire world in particular scenarios, in the most recent years, we have experienced global economic crisis. You are aware of that. Let's look at our country economy. What is the comparative advantage of our own country economy? Having gone away from the export of robots, we don't have a real comparative advantage. Now, before the president would take over this country, let's look at the energy system of this country. It was not as compared to now, as compared to the thousands, the hundreds of thousands households that have been connected to the LDC. It was not like that. You also have what you call various factors, exogenous factors. In other words, whatever happened out there, it affects our country economy. Amid, amidst,
Mm.
amidst limited budgetary constraints that this government has been faced with, coupled with the global pandemic, the COVID-19, suffering or experiencing donor fatigue, this government continues to make progress. If we are to do a comparative tax
Mm.
between this government and previous government, you will obviously understand that there was an edge for the past government.
Why you think so?
Seku,
Mm.
let's let me be very specific. Like I said, I want to speak to the undecided voters.
Mhm.
The last 12 years in this country, we had a presence of all men in this country. Obviously, it means there were huge resources in this country. People will be here doing business, activities, and what have you.
Mm.
But now you don't have all milk. In other words, there's a drawdown of all milk in this country. Resources that were being sent there will not be in the category of the past regimes. Obviously, it has an effect. Okay?
Mm.
Now, when this government took over, you understand very well. The central bank was literally empty. This government, under this excellency, put hot, hot to what you call borrowing from the central bank, so as to be able to uphold fundamental principles of macroeconomics. So if you were to compare this government to the previous government, listen, in 2021, the IMF said that this government continues to experience fiscal prudence, meaning this government continues to work in line with fiscal activities, fiscal prudence, fiscal discipline. And IMF in 2001 made a projection of this country experiencing 4% growth in the economy. That's positive. That's not Mohammed C. That's the IMF. So, with these reasons and other reasons, comparing these regimes, economically the past regime, there's a thumb card favorable for this government.
Okay. So I want to be practical.
Okay.
Were you to tell us about how the country now, how the country looks like in terms of what the government has done, where people will boast to say, okay, you know what? I used to sell beta ball. Let's be simple. Now I'm selling laptops. I used to sell this. Meaning, in short, there has been a great improvement. How do you reach out to Liberians to give such a story?
This is about explaining the deliverables or telling the people the narratives. So I like the way you spoke very, very simple.
Mm,
It's like someone take one step to another. This is because the environment is favorable. This is because people now can compete on the basis of what they have in their own economic space. So come to think about this, Sekou.
mm,
There are many people who are investing into business heavily on grounds of certain fundamental reasons.
mm,
One, when we took over, this government is a victim of huge protestations.
mm,
And protest is an agent to distract investors. Under this government, we have tried as much as possible to maintain an environment where people can compete. This is why our market women are moving towards better business opportunities. So, take for instance, if I were if I were selling somewhere like the Oro market,
mm,
where I used to sell on the road, you know the story.
mm,
But now I've moved to the market. I have a capital of 200 or 300 United States dollars and being expressed Liberian dollars. I know the environment is favorable. I have a good environment. Let's use the multiply effect. If I were to earn the profit of $50 in US converted to Liberian dollars,
mm,
let's assume whatever the amount. Hypothetically, let's say it is 7,000, 8,000.
mm,
Don't you have a good environment? What do you think? It means the next time I will invest more into my business. It means the environment is favorable. Nowadays, when you go in the marketplaces, all is not well, but things are getting better. So, Seku, how can investor come into this country? Let's say you want to invest into this country. The first thing we'll be looking at, what's the economic environment? What's the issue? Let's look at the issue of the road connectivity. For the very first time in this government, since 1847 up to now, no government has had a thought about connecting the RIA road. And that's a pathway to the country. This government, with the limited resources, budgetary constraints, has embarked on the RIA project. This government today say, look, we cannot say we want to move towards country like Ghana, and we cannot invest into energy or electricity. This government is moving towards that. And second, sometimes when people are providing scenarios or case analysis,
mm,
they tend to be very, very dishonest in their analysis or their thoughts. Now, you have a government that has not even experienced a full 6 year yet. I mean, a full 6 years. We now 6 years, full 6 years.
mm,
And then you want to use the case scenario of John Kaiser literally to say Joseph Jigi's Rabo.
mm,
All developments that did not happen since Joseph Jigi Rabo did to now say this government is responsible. How can you make that kind of scenario? It's absolutely wrong. This government, and I told people several times, especially the undecided voters,
mm,
let's argue on the facts. Where are worker deliverables? Where are judge? Where are deliverables? Let's debate the issues. Let's say, look, in this sector, what worker can show to the people as a case to support him. Seku. And this is a challenge to any opposition leaders. And I know one day you organize a platform here for us. Now,
mm,
you argue that the president incumbent should not be re-elected. So let's say who is the alternative? Let's say Joe Parker is the alternative. Let's use a very simple comparative scenario, right?
Mhm.
Judge, we are for the past 12 years when we were in opposition, we were able to maintain our political party in terms of party headquarters. I'm using this to be a very simple scenario. But under the leadership
Mhm.
of Joe Barker, United Party continue to struggle about party headquarters, whether they are indebted, whether it has been paid. But United Party has always continued. United Party is on the record of struggling to pay rent fees. How can you make a comparison to a guy who was in opposition, maintaining a party for 12 unbroken years,
Mhm.
sustaining the party, to somebody who could not even sustain the party in the last 2 years? It is honor Joseph Bakai stewardship that the formidable CPP entitled
Mhm.
collapse. We're using leadership scenario, leadership script.
Mhm.
So how can you say if we give this opportunity to Joseph Bakai, he will do better? So, like I told somebody, and I'm saying this to you and to the public,
Mhm.
the most qualified and competent presidential candidate in these elections is George Manuel Weah.
Okay, let's go to the lines. A young Liberian, someone that supports the workings of His Excellency President George Weah Mohammed. He is my guest tonight on the show. We go to the lines on 0770-907-907-077-907-907-907. 0880-907-907. Are the two numbers to join us on the show tonight. Make your point, and we allowed you. Let's go to this person. Good evening.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum salam. Go ahead. A few seconds, please. No time.
Yeah, yeah, my name is Prince Gordon today. I do join the of Equita.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Okay, Gordon, let me appreciate your this evening. Let me appreciate him for his original
Go to the point, please. No time. I beg you,
developmental
please.
original unloud. It is so unfortunate that the opposition or many people will be calling himself rescuers or rescuers. And it's so shame to him. It's so shame in part to be calling himself rescuers. For good 12 years, we gave back this country. There is nothing to bring home in the past 12 years. Now, if someone having a point of Liberia brothers and sisters who will say, yes, look at this everything we have here. Look at
Unity Party has exposed himself and has validated our argument that Unity Party does not mean real business.
mm,
When George Weah was contesting to be president in 2017, Baka was vice president. We're comparing what did the United Party government has done and why we should give CDC an opportunity against United Party or why United Party should be given an opportunity against George Weah or CDC. We're making comparative statistics.
mm,
The argument was that the senator then and the vice president. Now, when you speak about success story about United Party, Old man Baka and his leg will want to take up the success story. But when you speak about the failed United Party, Baka will try to disengage himself. But they put here in Seku, this president, in a very short space of time, has been able to do, has been able to achieve so many milestone projects. And as we move toward October elections, 2 days from now, Liberia will be celebrating 176 years of age. George, we will be re-elected overwhelmingly on October 10th. And we have no argument about this. Our deliverables are our arguments. Our deliverables are our trump cards. And I know as we go along, there will be more debates. There will be more reason why George Bush should be re-elected. And I want to thank the callers who validated my arguments about what the president has done. Today, the guy who will be voting for the very first time in October
mhm.
has a project to point to why he or she should re-elect George Weah, or why he or she should elect George Weah. What about Buckeye?
Mohammed, I want to say thank you. And before the end of this week, I'm going to give you 1 hour so we can have more lengthy discussion. So where you'll be able to explain to the Liberian people and we'll quiz you on some of the issues. I'll talk to my man Smith. Maybe I'll have the both of you in studio.
Thank you, thank you. I will be prepared and I'll be willing to have that discourse here.
Okay, Smith, you can call the radio station number after the show. They will give you my private number so we can have such arrangement so you can come for once and let's talk about the issues here. And let me say thank you. Is there anything you want to say that we did not ask you?
So basically, it is a way to call on the Liberian people
Hmm.
to vote on the basis of deliverables, to vote on the basis of
So in
projects.
short, the people should vote for President Weah.
In short, the people should overwhelmingly
Hmm.
re-elect President Weah to secure another 6 years.
Thank you very much. Let's go for a break.
Thank you.
Mohammed C. Thank you. He's a young Liberian, somebody that I really, really respect the way he does things. He's a very young and a promising Liberian. I want to say thank you very much for joining us here tonight on the show. So many things to talk about Liberia. Making Liberia a better place is something that we all need to put hands together. We all need to join together and work towards. We all support the government, but as an individual, as secretary, I do not support individuals in the government that are doing the wrong things. We're about to jump on the LDEA. Oh, yes. Certainly, we're going to dig deep into it. Today is not the first day, though. We're going to move more, and do more about it. Let me say thank you to each and every one of you tonight on the show. For those of you that shared the information about what we want to discuss about the LDEA. No time we need to go into it. I'm going to read a few things. I'm going to read a few things. I'm going to read a few things here tonight to tell you how Liberia as a country, we want to see the eradication of drugs in our country. That His Excellency President George Weah, he's suppressing that he's doing all to have drugs issue to be curtailed in our country. You will bear with me out there tonight that most of our brothers and sisters, they are left without any future just because drugs has taken over and just is like the order of the day. And I want to educate the people tonight that the president will not know everyone individually. as he appoints people in positions. What happens in this case? The president gives the platform and opportunity to people to serve their country. Some of the folks in the government, they go to government with a very good intention to help deliver what the president wants to deliver for the country. Some of the people that go in government with a self greed, where they want to enrich themselves at the detriment of where they've got themselves and the Liberian people at large. It is within the case of the current LDA heads. On the 15th of July 2023, His Excellency signed the drugs bill into law. Whenever the president signs a document, it is a law. In some instances, it depends on what he speaks about. It is to be respected. Mr. President is the first citizen of our country, number one citizen. And so I'm going to read you what the president signed and what he said about the press release that was issued by the folks at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, meaning the executive mansion. Hmm. So it says, President we assigns drugs bill into law. This is what the president said in the press release. The president of the republic, His Excellency Dr. George Manawia, has signed into law the Controlled Drugs and Substance Act of 2023, commonly called the Just Law. The president carried out the landmark duty July 12th after the drugs bill was recently passed by the national legislature for months of thoughtful interpretations and deliberations. The new law aims to regulate, restrict, control, limit, or eradicate the illegal export and importation, as well as the flagrant use, abuse, and proliferation of narcotics substances within the bailiwick of the Republic of Liberia. Listen, the president signed the law to do what? To regulate, to restrict, to control, to limit, or to eradicate the illegal export and importation, as well as the flagrant use, abuse, and proliferation of narcotic substances within the bailiwick of the Republic of Liberia. The law, in fact, provides penalties for specified for specified offenses, such as the unlicensed and unauthorized importation of controlled drugs or substances into the country. The law, for example, states that a person commits an offense if he or she purposely or knowingly imports into Liberia any controlled drugs or substances without a license from the minister. In further, it further added the offense of unlicensed importing of controlled drugs or substances shall be graded as where the subject matter of the offense is on drugs or substances as prescribed by the Act. In further, or it further states that the person shall be guilty of a felony of the first degree and punishable to a prison of a maximum of 10 years. I think by now the DA boss to go to jail. I'm saying it tonight because I have pieces of evidence. I can challenge the bulk of the people. Hmm, hmm, hmm. People are paying 150,000 to be county commander of the DEA. Deputy county commander, they are paying 100,000. And a report to the man. When the high court judge are arrested, he asked for it to come to town. When the marijuana, they pack up marijuana, they ain't got time for it. I'll play you audios. I'll show videos. I'll show pictures. And if I say anything about the head of DEA, if he feels injured, I encourage him to use the. The release continues here and says it further states that the person shall be guilty of a felony of the first degree and punishable to a prison of maximum of 10 years and not exceeding 20 years, consistent with provisions of the Penal Code 1, Section 50.5 and 50.6. Get it right. It is clearly noted that offense shall be a grave offense and shall not be bailable. It should not be what? Bailable. President Weah has played its part. They said the offense should not be what? Bailable. So meaning people that will be caught in drugs matter, in everything, it should not be what? Bailable. The law has been passed. And then President Weah has been advocating. He urged the people against illicit drugs. And the president has been fighting so hard to have this entire drug issue eradicated in our country, Liberia. But the regrettable thing here is those of the people he appointed at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, they are all drug dealers. I have evidence, I have things to show and play on the radio where Marcus Zayu was taken in drugs before he became a LDEA boss. I will call to the Liberian people, control areas of Marcus Zayu, and control areas of my very good friend, Lorenzo. Hey, Lorenzo. Yes. Even though today you misbehave, you say you care, you get time and everything. But no, we're not working for you to satisfy, but we're working to expose you people when you're doing wrong. And I will play you Lorenzo voice here, and I will tell the Liberian people of what you can do at the headquarters of the LDEA. And we've reached a point, folks. Before I reach to the main issues, most of you have been listening, and most of you, wanting to know what is the real issues or what are the issues. Let me just start by saying to you that the LDEA is involved and it has most of the major drug dealers in our country. The current operation to the Director General of LDEA, in person of Magnus L. Hoff. Fellow Liberians, what I'm saying tonight, I want you to have record on them because I will fight this issue and I will expose it. If it costs anything, I'm willing to face whatsoever it takes. Magnus Hoff, who is the current operation to the Director General of LDA, is involved into drugs matter, and it has been approved by the LDEA boss. For those of you watching the television, like I said, everything I will say here, I'll prove to you evidence. I'm gonna show on the television now. There's a lady by the name of Rose, who is a sister to Magnus, the operation to the Director General of LDEA, was arrested with drugs. Those of you watching the television, yeah, he said, here's the picture. You see her picture? She's bright in complexion. Here's a picture. For those of you watching the television, she was arrested with drugs. And I'll play you the audio on this radio where Magnus Hoff told those of the people in charge at the time, requesting them to release this woman by the name of Rose. And Rose is selling harmful drugs in our country as we speak. Listen, I'm starting from somewhere before I can reach to the bosses. Because I want you to say when the Christmas is good, you will know from the east. So the operation to the director general is into drugs selling. He does most of the things for Marcus Zayu. When Rose was being arrested with drugs, here is the drugs in your possession. Here's the picture. For those of you watching the television, I want you people to see because I'm going to present to you facts tonight. I'm going to play you audios. I have more than 30 different audios in my possession where Marcus Zayu mentioned, and I don't want you to blame the president because the president is not aware of it. But the man said, if anyone takes his complaint to the president, nothing will happen. At the appropriate time, I'll play you that audio. But I'll play you two of the many audios I have in my possession today. This lady was caught with drugs, and the operation told the Director General of LDA, Magnus Hoff, instructed that they should release this lady. And she was released. And she was signed for. So what the people said, they said, no, you know what? Let somebody can sign for her. People should be going something happy. Everything is cool. She was to the DEA place. I will call the superintendent. Tonight, I will do some things on the radio. It's going to be unusual. But I'm trying to dig deep into some things I want you Liberians to know. Because some of them think, say, we're going to sit here and talk off head or prove whatsoever we take it. We will say them. Fellow Liberians, there was a time that a drugs issue happened in one of the 15 counties of Liberia. And this is one of the many cases that I'm going to be bringing to you. You had a commander, a very young, energetic, committed, somebody that wanted to see that drugs will be eradicated in Grand Jide County. That was working. And unfortunately for him, because he could not live up to the normal, activities or actions or things that the LDA will do, mainly Marcos and Lorenzo, he was being nabbed in a sense to be removed from his position. I'm gonna play you something, and let me go to what the law says about the LDEA because I don't want to say things that it has not been backed. This is what the law says. When you go to the code of conduct, it says others. They say issuing orders from a superior to a subordinate shall be in clear and understandable language. Their own law says if you want to give order to Sekou Sharif, who is a DEA agent, it should be clear and in an understandable language. Don't speak your dialect. Tell me, say, this is what you need to do, and I will listen to you, and it is clear. Or that order should be a written communication. 3.2, unlawful orders. Listen to what their own code of conduct says. They say unlawful orders. Unlawful orders, no supervisor shall knowingly, meaning you know, issue any order which is in violation of any law or ordinance. You know what is in violation? When you arrest a judge in Grand Judea County, that judge supposed to be brand in Grand Judea County. It should not be taken to Monrovia. If you want that judge to be taken to Monrovia, you do a process. I'm just saying it in a part. It is not the practice of LDEA, though. It is not. It is not the practice of LDEA to arrest a judge in this country and take the hardcore substances from out of the drug and remain those of the ones that are not valued, can be sellable or whatsoever. Like in the case we're talking about now, and bring the hardcore substances to Monrovia that can be sold for a huge amount of money. The Lord does not in any way give the LDA boss to instruct a commander to bring that thing under a covert operation. If you want that to be done, I'm just looking at it from an upper, not the real way. What you should do, you write the county authorities, you write the commander, and you send a troop to go and get a judge. That real thing you're doing. You're not doing illegal thing. You're the DA boss. So you can do that. But what happened in this case, folks? The reason why the current LDA boss removed one of the county commanders because he refused to dance to the tune where when the county commanders that pay 150,000 to be county commander and the deputy county commander pay 100,000 to Marcus, I want him to challenge where people are paying for ID cards at LDEA. I had the slip. I'll read it to you, fellow Liberians. I wonder he forgets to know that that is a government institution. When that commander refused to work along with him to do the normal things where they will bring drugs, they will arrest the hardcore drugs. Then you have the heads, Marcus and his deputy, will get the hardcore drugs and recycle the drugs. I will call you the names of people that are selling drugs for them in Monrovia. I will tell you the locations and everything. They will recycle the drugs and get them back in the community. So I'm gonna play you recordings. I have more than 30 different recordings about the LDEA boss and his deputy Lorenzo, my very good friend, demanding to bring a judge from Grand Judea County to Monrovia. For what purpose? I don't know. But I'll make a call tonight. Before I go to the plane of recordings, I want you people to listen. I'm going to call the superintendent of Grand Judea County now on the phone. And you're listening to him, what he will say to you, what the LDA boss explained to him about the drugs from Grand Judea County. Everything I would say, I will speak with facts. I will not speak because I want to speak. And Soup, good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight on the show.
Good evening to Voice of Liberia.
Superintendent Kafali, are you in Grand Jida County now?
Yeah, I'm in Ganji, so we are getting prepared and we'll just conclude with one of the bigger auxiliaries in Ganji. The, the National 70 bonds for the re-election in Basel. We have just concluded the meetings.
Mm.
And right now, I'm getting prepared. We want to have official launches on the 5th of next month, which will be the officials and the campaign opening day.
Okay, sounds good. I think those of you in Grand Jida are doing extremely well. I want to add my voice to the many voices that will say thank you to you for all what you've continued to do for the success of this government. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sekou, and thank you so much.
Okay, Soup, I'm particularly calling you tonight about a story involving a drugs that was arrested in your county. And this issue is gaining more interest within the public and international community. Some of the people that are investing in the fight against drugs in Liberia. Can you kindly tell us what do you know of drugs that were arrested in the country? Because we have audio in our possession where your name has been mentioned. The LDA boss said he called you. What do you know of the drugs that was arrested in your county?
Well, again, Sekou, thank you so much for calling me on your station this evening to able to give my own side of the story what's unfolding when it comes to the issues of drugs. As you all know, I'm the head of the counties and chairperson of the County Security Council. So when the issue of bringing the drugs about to take place, I was not in counties, man. My county instead of acting as the county superintendent based on the county based on the local government act. So when I was in Monrovia, I got a call for other stakeholders, civil societies, and other security apparatus that the tenant over ceremonies of the drugs are about to be burned. Yeah, the tenant over, they want to drug to be burned, but the tenant over ceremony of the drug because they had a new DA director that was appointed in the county, and the outgoings were also turning over some drugs and others and the substance that were arrested by. He turned it over to his new predecessor. So in that process, I got a call that the present DA director who was taking charge for one Amos, who was a DA commander in Great County, said new
Amos
DA
Lake.
director who was turning over the drugs will learn that one of the portion of the drugs the guys who were about to take over for him refused to able to take custody of the drugs. So he advised that he will not take custody of the drugs. So Amos should have the drugs or else turn the drugs over to their boss, the VA commander. So when I got a call from that, I know something that I thought, and during my time here, probably not happening, but not in my administration, that I thought was to make sure that to place a call to the DS, but who is a very good friend of mine. So in that process, he actually advised me that, oh, yes, indeed, we have intel on the drugs that in the possession of the outgoing DS commander, probably for temper with, so he advised that the DS commander should bring the drugs to Morocco. So I thought it was as a head of the company, he being a security apparatus, security personnel who also have oversight over that entity. And he just told me concerning what happened. So I said, well, you are the head and you know the reason why you cut it for the drug. So 10 that time, we are not getting any report on that, what's happening, what are the drugs
So
taking
let me
there or
ask
not.
you. So let me ask you this question. You've been a superintendent of the county for a number of years, and you've been residing in Grand Jide too as well. Is there a practice where, when drugs are arrested in the county, the people usually take the drugs to Monrovia?
No, what I said, Sherman, Excellencies as the head of the council and the assistant of the council and chairperson of the council security council, at no time did that happen. But again, I was convinced from the boss of DEA that yes, indeed, they have an interest, probably be the governor at December when he asked the mayor who was in charge of the job to bring it to Monrovia.
So
So I spoke
I'm
with
being
him.
told to is it because I listened to you, civil societies they called you and some other security apparatus were concerned about the matter why the judge should be taken to Monrovia. What did the civil society people say to you?
Well, yeah, they called me. They were also raising the same concern, and I said, well, the Aussie government, the head of the entities for Liberia drugs agencies, have some issues with respect with the social the drugs as in questions. What the new boss, the DA director, refused to receive. Probably they have more information on that more than me because I'm not a DA personnel and I'm not open with authority.
So,
So
you
what he
as the head
suggested
of the
to me,
county,
yes,
have you
yes, I'm the
received any report as to whether what's the fate of the drugs in question? Are they, being able to bring the drugs back to burn them? Because what I know of the practice in this country, when drugs are found in your county, it is where the drugs should be burned.
yes, but what are the information, the call that I received from the DS, but was very good, a very good
You're talking
friend of
about
mine.
Marcus, are you?
Besides, he says to me was that the trust probably he wanted to be a God, to be outgoing to model to bring the trust in Morovia. Because probably the interest were told him that probably the trust, I mean, temple was something end up perceiving what I drug issue. So I said, well, it is still on the same because the individual, the outgoing commander, don't have a vehicle to take the drug. We said, well, I already gave the instructions and I also wanted for you to make sure that you can bring the drug to Morovia. But
Also,
since
so
that
did
time,
you
not
so,
yet.
so did you mention to the current DA boss Marcus that even though you want to bring the just to Monrovia, but the current county commander who's leaving, he doesn't have a vehicle. And what did he say to you about that?
Well, he said he already gave the instructions to his outgoing commanders, and he had a way to make sure that the drugs will come tomorrow. So Amos called me and said, "Gee, well, it's a risk for my own life, and I don't think that it will take the drugs." So I said, "Well, your brother has spoken. Whatever you can do with your security and terror, what you can do to make sure that you resolve the issue, let me go. I'm on my way to the county. However, when I get there, I'll have a meeting with the joint security." And in the process of that, I met with the joint security, the law, who is the co-chair, who is the immigration commander, other guy, and they also told me exactly what had happened and said what the drug was not turned over. And that drug was maintained by Amos boss, the BS boss, to make sure that he take the drug
So
tomorrow.
the jobs are
But
turned
what I
over
know,
to the new boss, to the new county commander.
now, the drug that was in question, according to the joint security people that I'm going to was not turned over. Amount of the drugs are in Amos possession, according to them, because if the drugs can be turned over that and also civil society members.
Okay,
So when
thank
I
you.
got
Thank you. So we'll keep you posted and we'll keep having conversation with you. We want to say thank you for all you continue to do for the people of Grand Jide, and you one of the superintendents that is doing well for our country, Liberia. Thank you very much.
thank you, sir. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. He's Grand Jide County Superintendent. And the reason why I thought to call him because I want to set the basis. Fellow Liberians, let me say this to you. Now, um, it shows to you and it will interest you to know that Liberia and those of our good friends that are heading some of the positions, they're very, 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 very corrupt in a sense. You listen to the superintendent that the drugs in question was being sent over to the new commander. Here is the document to show that the drugs in question, we're talking about hardcore drugs here, oh, and you listen to the LDEA boss saying, and in fact, one point in time, the man contradicted himself. One point in time, he will say the people should bring the drugs, the marijuana, all the drugs they arrested in the country. Another point in time, he will say, no, don't bring all the drugs, just bring the hardcore substances. Why is the DEA boss what he wants to do with it? To do what with the drugs? To do what with the drugs? To get the drugs and send the drugs to the people that usually sell drugs for the DEA boss and the other people. Let me read you the 10 over note. Everything I will say, it will be backed by facts. It says Republic of Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, Ministry of Justice, Grand Jida County Detachment, Grand Jida County. April 8, 2023. Turnover note. Office of the County Commander. One chair, one desk. Office of the Investigative Section. One Dell computer. One blah 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 blah. All the one here. And me, I wonder about the drugs that it just own here. Other government properties. They mentioned already. It's a drugs statistics. It's a job stats. One, you got local marijuana. You got 11 bags, 79 kg. Marijuana plates, you got 43 plates and three pieces of 1.5 plates, 23, 2 kg. You have marijuana cane, 15 can. You got orange tubes. You got 22 tubes and two pieces of half tubes that reach up to 532.9 kilograms. Heroin wraps, 389 wraps, 99.7 grams. Cocaine tube, one tube, 100 grams. Cocaine wraps, 101 wraps, 16.5 grams. Kuch, 81 pieces. 43.0 grams. Precursors, 63 plates and a half bag, 5,700 grams. This document, folks, it was being signed by S.A. Afrelake, who is the current LDEA boss. So it means that he received all the jobs. But let me tell you the story. The current commander of LDEA is a confidant, and he's one of the persons that sells the drugs and do the drugs business for Lorenzo, a good friend. This man, I'll read you some of the decisions the LDA have taken. This man has been dismissed before for LDA, but they still keep him there. And they put him back and then they gave him jobs. Now, you listen to the superintendent. It is not the practice of LDEA to take drugs from where the drugs has been arrested. The practice here is this. When a judge is arrested in a county, that judge should be burned within the county, no matter what the information you receive. That's the reason why you have able lieutenants that you will send to investigate and find out as to whether what truth is or are the information you received. But I'm going to play you some voices tonight. I want you to listen and listen well to the LDA boss. I have 30 plus recordings. I have videos. I have documents to read. And I'll tell you how the people at the LDA, they're using the LDA as a motel. I have evidence towards it. People are having sex in their offices. I will expose it. I will expose it. That is a government institution. It should be a sacred area where people will go and do things and all of that. Uh, so let's go and let me see. I need you to play me the recordings. Play the first recording there. Play, let it bring people, yay. You're listening to the LDA boss. The LDA boss is about to get a verbal instruction. But their code of conduct says once you know your boss is giving you instruction that is not right, do not. You listen to the superintendent. He said it is not a practice. You and I know in Liberia when the judge is arrested in a county, that county should be the place where they will burn the judge. There's nothing to say. Oh, you go find judge in Grand Judea County. Look at the distance. You take it from Grand Judea County, bring it way to Monrovia. Does that make sense? What's the intent? You get Lorenzo pen on an all written letter, forcing the man to bring the job. You know what the value of that just? I will let you know. Listen.
Okay. Yeah, Mo. I do what? All the jobs you are very your position yourself in the town. Okay, including the marijuana land? Everything yourself, all the jobs yourself in the town. All right, Chief. Thank you very much. All right, I'll do that.
Now, it is the LDA boss having a conversation with someone. telling the man to bring all the drugs in town. Even though this man he's telling to bring all the drugs in town, he doesn't have his own car. He doesn't have a security. If this man is coming with the drugs in town, he could be arrested on the way to say, "Oh, you are into drugs." Issue. I'm talking about the LDEA boss of the Republic of Liberia. This is the main verse we're playing tonight. Play the second verse. Let the people here, we'll play I think how many verses there? Three? We'll play you three verses out of the 30 plus verses tonight. There are some verses you will listen to, and we'll also show you videos. And there's some things we'll say to you. You will get to believe that I'm not sure we're going to be successful in the fight against drugs anytime soon. You have the Joker, Marcus, as the LDA boss. Imagine Lorenzo, all the other men are calling. I said, we said, bring the hardcore drugs. The men are only so curious. Listen to the next recording. That the LDA boss talking so. Started back. I want to sincerely apologize to you for the utterances, some of the words and some of the things he's using, but we need to do it so that you can listen to it. We want to apologize to you for that.
Yes, stupid. Yes, that is. Yes, that is. Yes, that is. Tomorrow, after being trying to be from it. Yes, that is. What the fuck is our office one? After the police up there? No, chief, I didn't bring anybody here, chief. The fucking the I'm not seeing anything. People offer you are a politician. You can't turn.
Okay. Now you listen to it. The last one.
All the Josies here are very. Okay. Yeah, Mo. I do what? All the Josies here are very. Getting a position yourself doing the stuff. Okay. Okay. Why you calling my phone? Yeah, chief. I will call it for the John Security Coach here. I want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to no, don't fuck this girl. I'm getting the first John there. You stupid. I'm stupid now. I take all the time away. They want you stupid. Yeah, chief. So actually everything I come to you. No. Bring it.
You listen to me? No. 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 Don't leave that thing in there. That thing won't get mad. I ain't coming leave here, so I get my people here. What's up? You can't say my thing. No. Play that thing again.
Actually, everything I come to you. No. Bring the ass up and say, the other one in the man.
Yeah. So how would the DA boss so curious about the harsh substances and don't care about the marijuana and everything? They are listening to the man that Marcus talking here. So I don't play Lorenzo yo. I don't read Lorenzo thing yo. I'm not talking about how they can carry women in offices and go have sex with them there. I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about the ghettos, the guy around that is supplying drugs to them. Just listen to the LDEA boss. Marcus. This is Marcus talking. Telling the man, bring the hardcore drugs and leave the other one in there. Now, the man contradicted himself. Number one, he told the man to bring all the drugs to Monrovia. It doesn't make sense. It is not the workings of LDA. When you arrest a drugs in the country, you bring the drugs there. If for any reason you know, for example, that maybe there are a lot of information we're getting about the drugs, what you do, call the local authorities and say, okay, you know what? Because we're getting a lot of information about it. Once you have a clear intent, let's burn the drugs. But they bring the jobs to town and they separate or they share the jobs among themselves and sell it to their customers and everything. Get their drugs areas and everything and they sell it to them. Play that same order again. Let the people hear it.
Yeah, so actually everything I come to you. No. Bring the ass up and say the other one in the man. Yes, I bring the ass up and say the other one. Oh, okay, see. All right.
Hey, man, fellow Liberians. Why is the DEA board wants to get the high substances of the drugs? For what reason? For what reason he wants to get the high substances of the drugs? To do what with it? There's nothing on the LDA that says that when you arrest drugs in Grand Jida country, you must bring him in Monrovia. No, there's nothing. And I will explain to you, Liberians, about how this entire process, they handle the entire process. Can you imagine this man is threatening people because he knows the president? This man, they Marcos. This Marcos man who says as the head of LDA. Look at this drugs addicts, say LDA boss. You into drugs business. I will call all the people you can get a drugs to. I will call their areas, the locations, and everything. It's so good you listen to the superintendent of the county. He admitted that the man calling. You see, the man, hey man, play the thing.
Because they afford to ask for it. But you do people think like we are fucking out of time.
The man damn rude. You're sorry for all the things the man do, but the man a rude man. Marcus a damn rude man. The man he's not. The man rude though. Imagine the man instructing. The man is rude. Marcus, listen to the man. I will play some audios on this radio. You will get call about Marcus, the LDA boss. I will give you the locations. Can you imagine? I'm gonna do something now on the radio before I conclude that thing. Let me do something now on the radio to prove certain thing to you, to tell you how this Marcus man has damaged the entire LDEA and he's into selling drugs in our country. Let me do something and then you will listen. Let me do something now. I don't want to announce it because I know what they're fighting out there, what they're doing. And let me do this for you. I tell you when I start to bring you some videos, some other things about them, they man, what you call Marcus, Marcus, they man that they may doing plenty, oh, they may doing plenty thing. I will tell you some of the things and everything. LD, I want to get certain information of something for you, and I'm gonna announce it. But as soon as the person answers, I will announce it on the radio, and you got to know, right? You will get to know now. I told you say I will expose this man. Your thing say, um, let me go, let me go. Now I'm calling the commander of red light. The commander of red light, you know that who? The man is a Sierra Leonean. The commander of red light, Sierra Leonean, serving as the commander of red light for the drugs enforcement agency under the regime of Marcos. You know why the man is there? The man operates and do other things in interest of Marcos and he controls and everything. How you doing, sir?
Yeah,
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Okay, so you the papi Soma, eh?
I'm gonna tell someone more asking me one question. I'm saying yes. What's
Oh,
going on?
okay, you the commander for real. No, the reason why the thing I told you, I just want to make it clear.
Yeah, but you told me many times, and so you keep asking. I said yes. So what you wait for? What you want to tell me?
Yeah, and but the just issue I told you about.
Yeah, I know now. You welcome. But you say now I'm talking to you. I'm fixing me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I want to do.
So you want to tell me telephone now?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me yeah.
They know that certain thing the people are talking that what I wanted to say to you.
Okay, what is you saying?
They say you now Liberian Israeli and the way you can talk, they say you the head for the DA in really.
My man, now all you have to tell me.
That what they say, that what I want to tell you on
Now
there.
what you calling me for?
You Liberian Israeli.
I beg you, don't call my telephone again.
For what? I beg you.
I said, don't call my phone again.
So you controlling really and other places, eh? Eh?
Now off your phone.
No, my phone get problem.
But off it.
But how off the phone get problem? Eh? Hello? 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 Commander? Hello? That he's the my gosh, my country, Liberia. I will fight for everything to make this place a better place for every one of us. This man name is Papi Soma. Papi Soma is the current commander of Relay branch of the LDA or Sierra Leone National. serving as the LDEA commander in our country under Marcos. You know why? That my God. This is the country we find ourselves though. Play that recording again, play the three recordings, and then we'll go to the lines. Yes, listen, I've not done anything. What I've done today is just, it's not a minute, it's not even anything of what I have in my possession. You will listen to Marcos discussing about drugs. It will hurt you to understand that this is the man who's serving as the head of DEA. Play the three recordings in a row. The man took somebody Sierra Leone national and made the man to be LDA apostle. You listen to me, I call the man live on the radio. The man is not a Liberian. That man is the LDA boss. They got some people in West Point. They send their confidants in some of the areas and everything so that they can sell the drugs that the people will arrest on the streets and do all these kinds of things and do all sorts of things. Play.
Okay? Yeah, Mo. I don't want. All the drugs you are better, you get in your possession yourself, bring it to town. Okay, including the marijuana then? Everything yourself, all the drugs yourself, bring it to town.
Okay, listen easy. At one point in time, the man gave me instruction to say, bring all the drugs. Are you getting that thing? How will you arrest drugs in Green Nigeria country and say, bring all the drugs to town? So when the civil society people got angry about it in Green Nigeria country, then the commander got vexed. I mean, the DEA boss. But the people were saying, like the superintendent said, why will you arrest the drugs in our country and take it to Monrovia? Why can't you bring the drugs in our country? And it was fair enough. Why can't you bring the drugs? What's the intent? What's the motive behind this thing? Okay, if you think that that place is not that safe to keep the drugs, why can't you bring the drugs? Because the main intent of the drugs is to bring it so we can have it being recycled in our country. Why should you take the drugs and bring it to town? Why? Now the drugs in question is missing. We have a document here where people sign for the drugs. Y'all come down, where y'all send that sign for the drugs and everything. Where is the drugs? Where is the drugs? Mhm.
All the drugs yourself, bring it to town. All right, Chief. Thank you very much. All right, I'll do that. Okay? What? Other people that you go kill the officer, I will fire you. Unless you stupid, want to be for you.
And let me tell you something. I will play you another recording where Marcus will say, I will fire you at investigation. He said it. I'll play on this radio. He said he will fire the man without any investigation. You know why? Because this man doesn't want to be into the recycling of drugs in our country. How do you get drugs way in Grenada? Can listen to the man? One point in time, the man said, bring all the drugs. Another time, he said, bring all the hardcore drugs. What kind of Marcus man is so? Mm-hmm.
Yes, talking stupid. No, but the fucking boss. Yes, that is. Yes, that is. Yes, that is. Tomorrow, how do you think you'll be for me? Yes, that is. What the fuck you got to take us to the office water? No, see, I didn't bring anybody here, Chief. They put in here to the point. I'm not thinking anything. You can't go to the office. You are a politician. You can't turn.
Okay, play the next one.
Okay. Why you calling my phone for? Yeah, Chief. I will call you because the transcript report here. I want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to no. Don't fucking today. I'm giving you the job.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid. What is stupid now? I take all the time away. They what is stupid. Yeah, Chief. So actually everything I come to you. No. Bring the ass of this video. The other one of them. Yes, sir. Bring the ass of this video. The other one. Oh, okay, Chief. All right, Chief. Finish. I don't. Think calling the country. I'll put your ass for you. But you do people think like we are fucking ass all the time. How old are you? Sorry, Chief. I thought you were going to be commander. But the reason you didn't come out of time because you bring your ass down by the mall. Yes, sir, Chief. Where were you? Yes, sir, Chief. Sorry, Chief. Fuck over your ass. So why you can't get a fire ass? I think they tell the time. We something that you quite sure that for you. Stupid. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
I'm telling you to bring something to the town. And you call it? More to come tonight on the show. This is it. And now you see how the issue, the man is angry because why will he tell the man, say, bring the drugs into and you want to let other people to know? Because the man like a covert thing. He don't want anybody to know. What's the intent of you bringing the drugs to town? Why can't you bring the drugs in the country? Why can you bring the drugs in the country? There are more things we want to bring out. I'm going to be on the LDEA this entire week. Next week, if the past next month, we'll be on the LDEA. We expose this dude called Marcos. And you say, When anybody take complaint to the president and say everything that can happen, you will see if you above the law. Damn criminal. That's not the reason why that lady went to the Capitol building and she could not confess. They saw a lawmaker. I have the recording about that. They saw a lawmaker. The lawmaker was in that thing. Marcus said, you know about it. That's the reason why they went down there to go made our whole thing and everything. I will expose the men in here. Yes, I would do it. And I'm going to tell you, let me say this to Marcus Zeyu and all the other people. You can send whosoever you can send on me in the day, in the night, send them on me. And when they're able, they're successful to do what they can do, let me go and rest. But if they're not successful, they will tell you the story. 07709079007. I will fight you people and I will expose you. You damn criminal, drugs user. You call yourself LDA boss. Hello? Let me go to the lines on 077090790700790070880907907. Why is the people playing drugs in town? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, hello?
Yes?
Yeah, this is Mohammed Kana.
My brother, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Another reason that President we have to fire that motherfucker.
That man should be dismissed.
That dog is an asshole criminal.
Yes.
So that is food that advisory of a president of this direction. Let him also be fired tonight with immediate effect. If not, we'll change our food the other way around.
Thank you, my brother. They may say now they be recycling drugs. Hello? Good evening, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just want to make a quick recommendation to President. We are there upon hearing the report. Please, Mami, if you feel we are seeing punishment to the city, let him dismiss it now. Quickly. This is my recommendation to President. We are. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me take another person here. Hello? Hello? Okay, let me take another person here. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes?
How you doing, sir?
Go ahead.
Yeah, on the issue of drugs in this country, there's a reason that our men should be fired out of this country.
Mama, you don't listen to anything, you. Some recordings I'll play on the radio, y'all get cold.
That man and these people spoiling this country, our youth in this country, they are spoiling them. George Bush should fire that man. Or else he will feel in the election come 2023.
No, you don't
Thank
blame.
you.
You don't blame. They have educated, confused, and he helped
Good
men
evening,
for
my
the
dear
president
brother.
issue. Hello?
Good evening, my dear brother.
Go ahead.
My brother, thank you so much. Thank you so much, President. We are going to get that man marching all up. To leave the whole government that they are spoiling our children in the country.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Expose them.
Yeah.
God will protect you. Nothing will happen to you, my dear brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me take this person here. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Timothy calling on recording like this. And I'm not firing that dog is a being chair.
No, but I not
But
only
they
that
don't-
recording, I got 30 different plus recordings about the man.
They're not going to fire you. You got a being chair. Well, they don't want to our burner one year with us. They fucking ain't saying nothing. Causing some people. I told her being chair.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Hello.
Salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam, my brother. Go ahead.
Yes. Good evening to you, my brother. My name is Prince. My name is Prince. I want you guys to do to promote the good town. My brother, you know everything I said. We are against good town. The LDA that in the LDA brother in good town, my brother. When it comes to race, that's when we go straight on the ghetto and take in that substance. Then when they taking they get one person to pretend like they say they carry a person. When they carry a person, you run that.
I mean, all that thing, organized thing. I will tell you how it can work. I will export things on the radio, eh?
Simple. We pray to God that you keep digging deeper in the people further. You keep digging deeper. You must keep bringing exposing the people to the public. I don't know how they people want to support of this government.
That's why we expose
We
them.
want to expose them. Inshallah, and we see tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let me take another person here. Good evening. This person. Hello. Let me take this person on the line here. Good evening.
Yeah.
Yes. Good evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear you. You're coming in too bad. Let me take this person on the side. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Charles.
Williams calling from Brosville.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my brother, while you discussing, first of all, I want to say thank you for the discussion there.
You listen to the LDA boss was, eh?
Yeah, I listen to a young man.
Yeah.
I listen to a young man. He's behaving as if to say he's untouchable. The president, we are against you and he.
Say bring the drugs in time. What they bring the drugs in time for? When they tested the drugs and everything, the drugs is missing now.
This man has to be dismissed and let them put him behind bar. Because those guys, they are the one that's spoiling the name of this president. So he has to be dismissed. Tomorrow we want to hear from the president. This young man should be dismissed.
Thank you very much. Let's take this person here. Hello.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
This is call the name, Papa. Adamso. Peter McCarty. Sorry, Peter.
Yes.
From district number 9.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. District number 9. Why I want to make difference?
Yeah. You know it for true.
Yeah. I remain a political officer of the National Restore and Defensive and Appropriate Defender from District 9. Look, let me say this. You see, this country, some of we listen to radio from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. or 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. That is to propagate the developmental agenda of the president on all shows. But Sekou, to be realistic, those voices that you're playing tonight, who will catch me and my family in our room right now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't listen to anything here. You listen to some bosses, some things.
President, we are participants. We are talk better with you all the time. They are DEA people who they were pretend were collected drugs from people from the drug company and scared.
Say, bring the drugs. Why you got a lot of people to know for? I would dismiss you.
President, we are listening and crying on you tonight. Please, let us particular men leave that position before the end of this month. Because they may not have no clue about that country president we are. Take that man from that position because the men are drug Allen, the men are fucking drug dealer, the men that want to make them.
I will show you, I will call the players names of where the man is drilling his drugs when he get the drugs. But you listen to me calling the Sierra Leone commander? You listen to me calling the Sierra Leone commander for real?
You are telling them a different people. I know what you can do. You are putting information, but the person listens to you. President, you need to take your man from that position before the money come to an end. Please, thank you very much.
Macaulay, you are crying. You don't need to cry, my brother. This too is Liberia. This is what I'm happy. I know how you love the government. I myself love the government, so I don't want people in the government to tarnish the government image. Hello? Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Veteran.
Good evening, go to the point.
My name is Franklin and Kamad, because Invisible Temperature. One of the executive of the first time working for the real election president, George Maria.
Go ahead.
You see, that's why we will always follow you people because you people always provide credit information for us. See what's going on in our country. Every night, we are complaining, say the youth are supporting, the youth are supporting. For people that are helping for the youth to support. All the people in the mail saying, yeah, we calling you a playing. When one man asked us to play, he said no. That's been a house. So why are they want to go do it?
What you want to do with a hardcore?
They
may want a hardcore just.
So you know that they are just. You don't want to get it and bring it, but you don't think it also. I'm saying, when you are trying to see how they lack of utterance, lack of manner approach.
But by Red, why you should be asking, did you people brand the drugs? Why is it you're still keeping the drugs? That should be the reason. But you can't be talking to bring the drugs in time for what? To do what with it?
I'm supporting the drugs, but then we're happy. Thank you for always providing necessary information.
Thank you very much. I know the man and planning is able. You will send somebody to me and everything. You drunk, you smoke all your drugs. Send somebody on me. You know how it is. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Yes.
I'm Keke Dagosa Meska and I'm calling from Jamaica. Check, I'm praying for you tonight because
Inshallah.
the kind of way you try to expose this guy, I mean, myself sitting in my living room here, I'm afraid that nothing should happen to you because look, the issue of drugs right now is not about ourselves. It's not about our those who already in it. It's about our children. It's about the future of our children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is what's been going on. Look, I'm afraid right now that I mean a very self in our video. You have to be very careful of how you're exposing the guys because we pray that the way you're exposing them, the government should take action. I mean, it shouldn't just be like we come up with the kind of information then they take it like it. But these guys are really taking the kind of thing to be business for them very self. For their very self, check. So tonight I'm appealing to you to be very careful, your own security matter. Say you started the show, I've been following you
Thank you.
and
Thank you, my brother. Allah is
you
in
know,
control. Thank you.
I mean
Thank you.
so
Thank you. Let me take this person on the line here, this caller. Good evening.
How are you, Sekou?
I'm okay, sir. What's your name? You joining us somewhere?
Thank you. My name is Abraham Saki, and I'm calling you from rehab right beside the president's residence.
Okay, sir. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
I'm a morning exchanger here.
Hmm.
I listened to the recording being played.
Three of the many recordings.
Yes, yes. The part of the recording that drew my attention as a criminal justice student at AMU, I had two of the EPS security who were sitting and were playing the recording. So what drew their attention, in my attention, is the fact that the DEA boss said that he does not want to talk to anybody from the joint security operation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this brings down to anybody here.
Why you don't want to talk to them?
Yes, the joint security operation is under the Ministry of Justice.
Mm-hmm.
So if for any reason drugs are formed, it means that the immigration, the DEA, the police, the AFL, whatever you call it, should be part of the drug being transported to Monrovia.
Yes.
So for the fact that he is saying that he does not want to talk to them and in a very harsh and rude tone, he sends a message of something sinister.
Thank you.
This is where the investigation should be tailored. Why you don't want the joint security operation to be part of the process.
And now the dross is missing. We don't know what a dross is.
You see? So, I mean, this is a very serious issue that should claim the attention of all of us. And, I mean, you talk about the two guys being using DEA office for some sexual activities.
No, that one there.
It's nothing strange because those two guys are blood boys.
Yes.
You see them all around the club every night. So I want to believe that many a times when they are jammed, they leave for some of the entertainment places and they go to their offices. So I think the president needs to be very serious. He has made a lot of errors in terms of appointment. So moving forward, it is imperative of the president to appoint professional people instead of somebody's sister or pointing or somebody who was in my yard years back and washed my car and I want to give them a government job. They should not be let us follow the 3.14 of the Code of Conduct and be able to employ professional people. This is my contribution.
Thank you, my brother. You spoke very greatly on the show tonight. Hey, Liberians.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Let's hear you.
I'm Abraham K. Duplay and I call from Busher Island.
Abraham Duplay. This is somebody that I've known for years.
100% correct.
It's been a long time.
I called to make a personal appeal. I want to appeal to the management of your station, especially to you. The information you are sending out is very raw and they stir up a very big tension against the LDEA. So I'm appealing to you to please slow down, package that information well, and you can channel it through the authority.
So you know the reason, Mr. Jible, Mr. Jible,
information is so dramatic.
Mr. Jible.
Yes, sir.
That your voice is playing here?
The voice is playing there?
That your voice or that the LDA boss voice?
No, that the LDA voice. That is
so why is that a raw?
The evidence is so raw.
So no, we'll do it. Listen to me. I will play. Listen to me. I will play you some recordings where you will listen to the LDA boss saying that the president cannot do anything. I'll play you. I will show the people recordings of women entering the offices of LDA boss, doing not working hours and everything. I will show these things on the radio and I will play them so the people will know. You think so? Coming from here?
I agree with everything you say, sir.
I'm
Okay.
just making a appeal
No,
based
we
on
your
chapter
appeal is not accepted.
11.9.
Your appeal is not accepted.
Okay, sir. So
Thank
please
you.
slow down. The evidence is so wrong to be advised to the
We
public.
will release them. Some of the things the people who listen to it, how the people even had a conference call and everything. How you be DA boss? You be fighting for somebody to bring drugs. Listen, you are security man. Eh?
I want you to package the information
Hello,
to the
hello. You
relevant
are a security man. Is it right to take
ahead.
drugs from Grand Judea County to bring it to Monrovia?
That's 100% wrong.
Then why they not bring the drugs in Grand Judea County? You get
That's
this.
what,
You get a drugs dealer. I call it a DA boss selling drugs
let,
all around
let,
the town. I will prove it.
let me help you. It is wrong to take a glass from there and drink it. The law will have subject matter jurisdiction and territorial jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm.
So that drug should have been banned in Grand Judea County to be witnessed by eminent citizens, international organizations, and development partners.
Mm-hmm.
If you say you are correct. But I'm saying the information is so raw and tempting. It's so
I
appealing.
will release it.
I appeal to you, sir. That's my appeal.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you. I will release it. You know what? Let me tell you something. This is what about some of you people don't know. You get this Marcus Zeyu, I don't know Marcus Zeyu or Marcus Y. Affirm this man and said that this is what you've done. It shows that you are selling drugs. Me, I let it be clear. You get it, dummy. You're telling me, sleepy, I'll call you back and everything. You still calling back. Just to speak to him, I call Lorenzo not answer. This is what the boss are doing. I'm not coming call the men in LDA people. This is what the boss are doing. The Himson boss are passing around and doing all kinds of things. I don't hate them. I like them. But I hate what you're doing. Drugs issue is not something to play with. It's not. If you listen to some of the audios about Marcos, and you listen to some of the audios about Lorenzo, you put your hand on your head and say, oh, these guys are the real drugs dealers. They can't sit there, they can't say everything. People spending millions of dollars can't say that. Imagine a drug law pass. They muku call Marcos can't even come with press conference to say thank you to the legislature or say thank you to the president for signing the thing and everything. He stays there and he doesn't say anything. You know why? He's angry because the drug law is being passed because he himself will be targeted towards it. He's saying he won't go to America, so he's using one of the people in the office to talk to the people in America to say, oh, yeah, my girl program to go. You even know the position you find yourself. You are the limited LDA boss, very limited. You get yourself on recording all around here, and how we expose you. You fighting for hardcore just to leave. Play the thing that the people hear again. Say, the man said the hardcore just my kind in town. Play.
All the drugs you are there, you getting your possession yourself, bringing it down.
Okay, including the marijuana there?
Everything yourself, all the drugs yourself, bringing it down.
All right, Chief. Thank you very much.
Listen, stop it right there. So it shows you or it tells you different motive. Why should just be arrested in Grand Judea and all to be taken to Monrovia for what? What reason? Why can't the people bring the drugs in Grand Judea County? Play the other one where the man said, don't bring all the drugs, so just bring the hardcore ones. Play.
Okay. Why you calling my phone for?
The man calling your phone because you're acting stupid.
I'm calling for the John Security Court here. I want to talk to you.
I don't want to talk to you. No, don't fucking secret. I'm getting fucking drunk there.
And the man there.
I'm not stupid now. I take all the time away. They what is stupid.
Yeah, so actually everything I come to you.
No. Bring the ass up and say the other one of them. One of them.
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah. Okay. Bring the ass up and say, bring the other one. Oh my word. With the blessing of my parents, I will fight hard to make things work readily in this country. Let me take more calls. Hello.
Hello, Chico, how are you?
Good evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah, firstly, I want to thank you for your programming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I listen to you. Thank you very much. Let go.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to ask you, what sense it will make anyone decide you made when 80% of our young people only choose the wrong thing?
No, listen. You asked a very good question. It is the very first time I will answer someone that will call on the radio. What sense it will make? You know what it will make? It will create the environment where the people that are leading to stop the usage of drugs in our country to be removed from the place, because when they remain in their positions, the fight against drugs will not be successful. You get Marcus Zayu, who is an old drugs addict. He takes in drugs as we speak. He has ghettos that people jobs for him. And you have Lorenzo also that have ghettos that people you think that Sierra Leone is supposed to be a commander for drugs issue in Liberia?
No, 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 no.
It happening here.
You have to put it in that.
You think that they're supposed to arrest drugs in Grand Judea County and say you might bring it to town, you might bring all the drugs to town for what purpose? You think it's supposed to happen?
It's very wrong. It's very wrong.
It is happening because when they reach the drugs to time, they recycle the drugs. I will call you all the places' names. Everything I will see on the radio, I have facts for it. If Lorenzo feels or Michael feels that it is not right, they should take me to court.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Yeah,
I
man.
love my government. I will not sit here people spoil the name of this government. I will expose them. Don't go gang against me. Do anything. That's your business. Hello? Let me take another person. Good evening.
Good evening, Seku.
Yes. Good evening.
Thank you, Seku. Thank you for having me. I'm Emmanuel M. Super Junior. You win chairperson of the People's Liberation Party, PLC Moscow County. Seku, I joined this year from a resident to community. You know, I follow Seku as an investigative journalist. I follow you, and I know whenever you come up with something, it has to be true. It's so frustrating, Seku, to know about this time, wherein our country is faced with devastating, prescription for drugs, wherein we see young people of this country are dying, they are perishing day by day. To see a DA bus, not just a secondary person, but the DA bus getting involved in such a thing. I think the country has some authorities, and the country superintendent represent the president. The two are press.
No, you listen to the superintendent when I call you on the radio, yeah?
Bro, I didn't listen
Oh,
to
the superintendent said the men told him, even though they knew that it is not the party, since the superintendent, they've never taken drugs from the county. It shouldn't have been that way. But he got to respect the man because he's the boss of DA.
So Seku, so like what you said, it is true. What I even listen to you using procedures to his deputy. If just someone who do not have a interior motive, was it necessary for you to be insulting, your subordinates, bring all of those things, using all the language I cannot use? I think the president should get involved, and the country should get involved. We will try to highlight these things, People, thank you that you're going to stand for Liberia. Any other Liberia who are willing to stand for our country to transform this country. This country must be changed. And those people who are in our government, in this government, get our salary, our taxes that they cut for every month and pay them. We must hold them to the country, and that guy needs to be dismissed from the government. That's why CDC thing. If you are corrupt, if you are a dead cop, like the US will say dead cop, if you are a dead cop, you need to be released of the force. Thank you very much, Seku, for affording us time.
Thank you, my brother. Let me take this question. Good evening. Hello. Okay, let me take another person here. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Hi, come on.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yes, we're not the way some of you calling from here university. Yeah, everything I go on. My personal me about it.
No.
But
He doesn't know about it. No, we never blame the president. The president not dead now. The president not know them or making any kind of conversations. The president is not aware. No, I don't agree with you. The president is not aware. We need to bring this to the attention of the president. This is what we are doing.
Why you are discussing now? Man, you will not find out.
No, let's wait and see.
Everything is peace or say everything of peace. You would not like to say action against that young man.
They want, you know how many international people spending their money that peace been here?
Draw business is taking it to be less. Even the draw law than the past recently to enforce it.
Oh, see, when you listen to the man is speaking on the phone when I call him live on the radio. The man is related.
Listen to that.
The man is the commander for red light. The man is the commander for red light. He controls all the area. You know why he's there? Because he works for Arcos and the other people. Hey,
that kind of criminals for someone who put in our civil phone, make the job business, carry our children.
The operation to the operation to the LDA bus in person of Magnus. You're on the line, my brother. That means good evening, my brother. What's your name? You're joining us from where?
My name is Alex again.
Okay, I mean, just be on the line. Let me say something, please. The
All right.
operation to the director general, who is the head of LDA, Magnus Hoff, has his sister Rose, that is selling drugs. She got arrested before. Magnus called the people telling them to release her. I have the audio. I will play on the radio. Imagine the operation for the LDA boss. The bunch of drug dealers then sitting at the LDA, they say the LDA people. I got a picture here. So those of you that listen, I mean watching the television, I'll show it to you when she was arrested and everything. Oh my brother, let's hear you.
I suppose the reason why we didn't like the cost of the period is because you one person when you were even the were on FN, the fact of the matter is to support the person and stand up and don't support anyone that is doing
No, I'm supposed to pay people.
in the community.
Support my president.
Why we met the voice of FN and we also will pour in and contribute to the station. They are there, the president must take key action against this. This alone is the president don't take action against it. This will have to bring a different understanding to other people. That we think say the law will have one say 1 million just this year, we lost it. So let me should be one of them that were influencing the people to say, oh, I will make a business, I will it's not good. What we know that the country is just as damaging our brothers and sisters in the country. No.
Thank you, my brother. I will play you some things and I will tell you some things about what Marcos is doing along with Lorenzo. I will do it here. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, my brother. Let's hear you.
My name
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the topic discussion this afternoon, this evening. So one of the key things I'm coming with the Liberians is like we don't even love ourselves.
Go ahead, you're alive.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, you're alive.
Okay, people are saying you are thank you for the topic discussion. And we Liberians, we are not just here to ourselves, we don't just like ourselves. You observe this people don't even like what the people that about us. The people bring success, destroy, and we see in our face.
If I gave you the value of the drugs we're talking about, it will shock you.
Oh, yes. All I want to hear is that just so drugs out there, just go back to the zero and
Marcos said you can take in drugs. I is what I told him.
taking drugs. I'm just calling out to all of my young friends and exhibit yourself on this drug here. If we say we're looking at the people to stop drugs from coming to the country, we just won't be able to just realize the whole Liberia, all of the UV Liberia are not taking drugs. So we
Thank you.
ourselves need to stand up for ourselves because we're going to not live for us.
Thank you very much. Let me take more calls here. Where should I go? The calls are many. Hello. Okay. Let me take this person on this line. I think we can squeeze in this person. The news is coming up at 9. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
My name is Joe Taylor from Harrisburg.
Harrisburg. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I think that commander needs to be released.
He's not a commander. He's the head of DEA. The boss.
The head of DEA, he has to be released immediately. And the previous commander that was in Grace today, I think his safety has to be guaranteed.
Oh, yes.
Because these are people that are destroying the image of good people to admit. So according on the president, Mr. President, you should please dismiss that man having locked up in jail for that indefinitely.
I'll play the main audio tomorrow where he says if he dismisses anyone. You even go to the president will not pull you back. I'll play the audio tomorrow.
These are people that support our country, actually. So thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. They man say he whatsoever. And let me say this to you. I will not call the name of the person that called me from the U.S. Embassy today, and they were interested about the post I did. I will share whatsoever with them. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Go ahead.
Yes, so I'm calling from Town. So we are very interested in your topic tonight. And then I think that I mean yesterday, the DEA boss and the other people were arrested now and being taken to incarceration. pending investigation tomorrow, which will make sense that the person is serious and listening to the part of the people, or else our country will become a dump site of zombies. Of moving into security. So the president has to move fast. As soon now, they should be arresting the people and do investigation tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me take this person here. Hello.
Hello?
Too bad. You're coming in very bad. You need to move from your monitor and Nina say this to you, please.
Listen to me. For the call, for the program tonight, I shall share my views with you, with every life people. But let me be very frank with you. It's a serious issue, and that guy, if President we are is serious to go for the second term, you must have that man. Immediately, the Minister of Justice, direct the Minister of Justice to have a man arrested tonight, and all foreigners are occupying this in this country. We are watching President we are. We have patience with him. He's taking off our phone. I voted for him 2016, 2017. I'm pissed off. He must have those guys immediately arrested tonight. Arrested tonight. Run away across the border. So I'm serious about beginning there. They will be arrested immediately after this. If I get up in the morning tomorrow, I will hear different thing on the story. I'm monitoring, we are monitoring. We are monitoring. Our country is spoiled. Our country is destroyed. And I'm hyped.
Okay.
I'm hyped. I'm watching the president like you. I finished with the show.
Thank you very much, my brother. The president is not responsible in a sense that he doesn't know what the people are doing. So I don't want you people blaming my good president. Hello.
Yeah, hello. I'm Otis Dawson calling from the community. Yeah, really, what is going on right now is very, very bad. Right now, laying in my room and really, really getting to be. You are just on Tuesday, while Mark and Care, I went on the street to go look for one or two, and the man came and broke around my room and took my TV, took my dress, all those things. And it really get on me. When you go to an hour like this, you don't even be able to speak starting job because all the men are all on the street. And when they come around you, see it clear. So right now the drug use is too much. It's very, very too much in our system now. All our brothers now is going down the drain. The past almost 6 or 7 years, I've seen one of my friends. Just to see today in town of Sogo. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, that Marcus you and he like they're doing what they're doing to get the people to where they are today. They're doing the recycling of jobs in our country.
It's very, very bad. And for that statement he used that when he start anybody, the person can do anything about it.
I mean, I will play the thing on the radio, yeah. I'm talking there, I'll play.
It's very, very bad. That statement he used, it get investigation inside that. Maybe he gets something to do with the president.
No, listen, he doesn't have anything to do, but at times you get mad at proximity and think because the man pointing somewhere. So, I mean, everybody can use that level, brother, to put fear in people. I know the president, I don't put fear in you now. You try to tell the president everything. That fear, not true to you. The president don't know about A. The president don't know nothing about A.
And what going on right now is the president will not take any decision that says he's going to do or says he arrest
my man, if they people can do anything about it, justice, Marcos will not go to work. Any man, a security man, we are citizens. You're watching, see, we're moving towards elections. We want the president to be re-elected, but we don't want these kind of crazy people to be around and make things to be difficult for us. Let me take another person. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. I'm Anita from Fairview.
Okay, go ahead, my sister.
About this Marcus man, I think he has another alternative because you can take drugs from a different company and bring it in Europa.
Thank you.
That's the main aim. And I don't think Jovia knows about what's happening here.
No, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
So that's why I'm thinking it's on the radio for him to know about what's happening.
That's the reason why we're having here.
Because it's destroying. This is the main thing that's destroying our country. When you pass anywhere, most of our friends are everywhere you pass, they are smoking. They are just getting stalls around here. Then he's the one that's helping to nurture their behavior. When they say Jovia knows about it, no.
Thank you, my sister. Mm.
Okay, yes,
Thank you.
yeah.
That's the same thing I'm saying. I don't want anyone blaming the president. I'm the president. The president don't know about that thing. Eh? People can do that thing by themselves. So don't even think that the president is aware. Hello? Hello? Good evening. The calls are too many. Let me take this person here. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Good evening. Go ahead. Oh, God. Good evening.
Hello?
Yeah, you're alive. Go ahead.
Yeah?
Yes, you're alive. Go ahead.
Hi.
No, you're a real human being. Yeah? Good evening.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good evening, Sebu.
Go ahead.
Sebu, thank you very much for this recording. Posting this recording. My name is Joseph Jason, first of all.
Mhm.
Sebu, sometimes when I listen to you, I tell, but thank you that, we still have good Liberians who want to see this country better.
Mhm.
Can you imagine somebody who's supposed to be an honorable person fighting for the interest of the future of the children in this country is the one that is destroying their future in the name of being a teenage boss. No, Segu, if I have my own will, a man should be arrested right now and thrown behind bars without any investigation where evidence are crystal clear. He doesn't need any investigation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me take this person on this line here. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Go ahead. You in the noise. Sorry, mama. Sorry, mama. Sorry.
Okay, this is my character.
My sister, it hurts me to see the people in my government behaving the way they're behaving, making us to be shame.
Okay. People are listening to the show from the start to the everywhere. And then following the show since today. But if you say thank you for the player you play, the one of our president we are because the people were behind the law because to
Yes.
they document about the trust law. And they posted it to the president sign. They said everything out in the trust law. What is to pass? Then Marcos, there you have the work to be insulting people and to be a trust town. And he is marijuana there. Because they need to be punished. They need to be moved on that court. And I'm telling you, President, we are right now. Please, President, we are. When you want to stop this, people are studying your government. Let's see it, man. What Marcos tell you. You always in the act. It's to be the Colombia. You want to
why you won't do the drugs for them to bring it in time? For what reason? When you can bring the drugs in Grand Nigeria country, but you vest, you didn't want the John security people to talk about it. You say you want to talk to anybody using profane languages and everything, all of that. You vest, yeah, the man vest because the man vest. The man vest because the man told the other people about it. He didn't want anybody to know about it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We can pass the drugs, but then you get one drugs artist yesterday night. Yeah, because the man wanted drugs council, he can send it to the people that can sell drugs for him. Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll play more. And thank you very much. Testing more calls. More audience here. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Bruce Roy. I'm calling from District 18. Yeah, you know what? I thought for people to bring the president. The president have no
No, the
idea.
president is not aware about it. It is
President
Marcos
Wamo.
Zayu. The president, no, the president to the president. The president that are young there will be calling it
You
out.
know, why is you see people playing the president? And the deal commander instead of because I'm in duty.
Mm-hmm.
The president don't know nothing about that. So I'm making a elaborate people that is putting the president. No idea for that. Let we get in front of the president. You
Okay.
getting me?
Thank you. Thank you. Let me take this person.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, Tebu.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah. If you're calling for no community,
Manfina, go ahead. Let's hear you.
no one when they check praying or expose what people are selling the drugs, they can be taking want to be joke.
Mm-hmm.
So or exporting them now there's no one here. How will
I
export them to
said
the
I have 30 different recordings. It's not part of the video I got. It's not part of the documents. Yo, listen to some things on the radio. Yo, get cool. Yo, be afraid.
let God and let God protect you.
Inshallah.
God will protect you. You're going out, you're coming in, God will protect you. So that
Inshallah.
one, don't even worry, we're praying for that one. God will protect you.
Inshallah. Thank you. I can tell the LDA boss and his guy. Please send whosoever you can send on me. Do anything you can do. This is a country of law, but do anything you can do. In the night, in the day, you can do anything you want to do. But I remain a journalist. And mind you, will expose you people. I will tell the people how you can have sex in your offices. What time and who are those that have gone there before. And I will show pictures. I will show videos to some of the people and they will see them. I will expose the LDA this entire week until we can restore the campaign time. I will be on the LDA. Somebody is calling me on restricted number. I don't know for what reason. Why are you calling me on restricted number, sir? Oh, madam. Oh, you left the line because I want to know who are you. You can't call us on a restricted number. You know, we have roughly 12 more minutes to go to the news. Call us on 0770 907 907 0880 907 907. Bring the trust of time. Bring the trust of time for what? Hello.
Hello, Segu.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you for the discussion. Yeah, my man, that's one thing that people doing to reconcile. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, the only money I get for you, I just want for you to get for you to get money before one day they come around and for a new thing when they come, they can drop, they can bring their own self there, they bring their own self thing in. When they come in see you, nothing they drop into you, then they start looting your things.
But looking at somebody for LDA, man, come tell me say you looking at just man. You even pay the LDA person, you can bring out nurse around me. I'm talking about the Kekele man. I will show all the places the men doing drugs.
I know that all. I know even that man I'm not that man really. So Sierra Leone, that man just to further pay the go every Saturday the man go further pay the whole collect Sunday from the who trapping it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Sierra Leone. Yeah, what could you go into? Sierra Leone men so be Sierra Leone men so be and different nationals so be keep position in that too.
No, I will not call names. Marcos Zayu and the likes of other people, they are calling our informers, are threatening them that they will get at them. Let me say this and say this. Thank you very much. Let me say this and say this to the Liberian people. Marcos Zayu doesn't have the power it takes to think that he will run this country the way he wants to run it. And I'll do everything I can do in my power. I'll make our informers to be protected. But let me say this to Marcos Zayu. You like it, you can do anything. But you will not intimidate people. You are just the LDA boss. If you think you can threaten people, all the calls you made today, I will play them on the radio tomorrow. And you think you stupid? You call yourself LDA boss? And you think you stupid? You be calling people threatening them? I'll play it tomorrow on the radio. You damn drugs dealer. You call yourself LDA boss? Oh, you won't be threatening people? I will be responsible to manage our informers, our sources to be protected. Marcus, you're not above the law. If you know what I know, you'll not be stupid to do what you're doing. You damn drug dealers. You want to come here, your bunch of drug dealers at LDA and say, oh, you're fighting drugs and everything. When people try to expose it, then you'll be calling, you'll be threatening. I will play that the nonsense calls you play today, I'll play on the radio tomorrow. All the calls you play to some of the people today, I'll play on the radio tomorrow. What get you too drunk and stupid the way you are? There's the same thing that got into your head because you can sell drugs and everything. You started to threaten the people to bring the drugs from Grand Jida County. See how disgraceful it is on you. You think you're above the laws of our country? No, you are not. You are not. You just won't let LD above. You into almost all the drugs issues that are taking place in our country. Everything. You've gone to the extent you have people that are selling drugs for you. I will call their names, I will call their areas, and I will provide the people the facts. Oh, you calling people, you won't be threatening everything. I will stand with my informants and everything. If we care for us to take them from this country, we take them from this country and we inform the relevant authorities about your stupid action. You think that you DA boy, you're supposed to be threatening people, all the drugs dealers in this country, you know all of them. You pretend because they not signed a drugs law that's something that hurting you, evidence of it. You could not even come up and say thank you to the legislators. I say thank you to the president that he has signed the drugs law. You only care about recycling drugs in the country, taking drugs from the county officials and everything, going to the extent taking money from people for commandership and all the kinds of things in the country. You're having a sex pool at the Ministry of, at LDA. Everybody taking women there, who have them there. Your thing say, I will expose you. There you go. Oh, you'll be attacking somebody, you'll be doing everything. That thing you're doing, you're not working out. I mean, you're supposed to kind of attack. And I mean talking about you. You can't attack me now. Okay, let's play you the three audios tonight. You listen to it. Play it.
Okay. Why you calling my phone for? Yeah, Chief. I was calling because the John Security Court here want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to no John. What is scared? I'm getting scared. Get down there. You stupid. I'm stupid now. Take all the time away. Then what you stupid. Yeah, Chief. So I believe everything I come to you. No. Bring the ass of this video. The other one in the matter. One of them. Yes, sir. Bring the ass of this video. Other one. Oh, okay, Chief. All right, Chief. Get him. I think you call the country. I'm pulling your ass for you. But you do people think when you fucking ass all the time. I don't know you. Sorry, Chief. Fucking ass. You're going to be coming out. When the reaper, you come out of the time, but bring your ass to the mouth. Yes, sir, Chief. Where were you? Yes, sir, Chief. Sorry, Chief. The fuck over your ass. Don't have you can ask you can fire ass. I think that kind of time when you something that is quite you on you. Stupid. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Tell the people that you go kill the fucking water. I'll fire you. Unless stupid when the reaper you want to come fire that kind of time.
You hear me? He said when they call you the back quietly. You let anybody know you bring it easy. Hey, you know when you bring it, that kind of a cockroach way already bring the thing easy. Submit it into your body and everything you move. Go ahead.
Why you calling my phone for? Tell the people that you go kill the fucking water. I'll fire you. Unless stupid when the reaper you want to come fire that kind of time. You'll find another summit. Yes, sir. Stupid. No, sir. Fucking ball. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tomorrow, after being time, you'll be in problem. Yes, sir. What the fuck you got to take us for the office water? I'm not going to look up there. No, Chief, I didn't bring anybody here, Chief. They fucking here to the I will see you in anything you got to go to the office. You are a politician. You cut it down.
Play the last one.
Yeah, Mo. I do what? All the drugs you are very getting your possession yourself bringing the stuff. Okay, including the marijuana. Everything yourself, all the drugs yourself bringing the stuff. All right, Chief. Thank you very much. All right, I did that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So tomorrow, I'm gonna take the calls I say coming. I will give you names of the people that are doing drugs issue within the LDA for the LDA boss, and also they have drugs areas in the country. and you have someone called Mosi Bia. You got Clarence Clark. Yaka. Uh, Clarence Clark is from Point Four. Moses Bia is from 704 Dupont Road. Yes, I'm telling you, they are the people that are doing the jobs for that. That guy called himself the LDA post. Let me take my good friend and brother that supports the government, Poker Roberts, Poker Greenland.
Thank you, the energetic fearless CEO of our beloved state. And we dearly loved and we cherish to the fullest. And there is no soul, no man born of a woman can touch this CEO. Seriously speaking, I'm telling you. I'm speaking from my heart because I'm no Mr. Sekou Chevy, I'm no kind of beef, I'm no kind of risk that you are taking to put our country on a direct trajectory. Seriously speaking. And so, for the recognitions, I'm Poker
Roberts.
Thank you. The biggest CEO of our planet, the fearless CEO that don't give ordained when the right thing should be done. CEO, the president.
Go ahead. Oh, Poker, don't do this to me. You on the line? Poker Roberts. Oh, Poker. Let me take the news is up next. 3 more minutes to go to the news. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, brother. How are you? Are you coming on?
No bad.
Okay, thank you very much for the topic tonight. You know, the DEA, you know, they are the very drug addicts, and they are the people that are selling those drugs and they're taking from the people. You know, most of the things that people can do is regrettable, brother, man. When you see them go rape people, all of the people surrounding that place, whether they know about it, you know about it, they will get into your home and take money from them, take all your things there for you. Even the situation walking on the street will just grab them and take their food and all from them. And there's so many things people will be doing. That's why they're spreading the whole country here. So, very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me take this person. The news is up next. Hope the news people can come in. Hello.
Hello, Secretary.
Good evening. Let's hear you, Mama.
Yes, I'm Mona Jefferson from the 12th Street community.
Mona, go ahead.
And I would say thank you for what you are doing for this particular mission. God will forever pay you. Because we are on our knees praying that God will expose everyone that will bring justice to this country. We are on our knees praying day and night. And God has decided to expose it, and He will expose every one of them one by one, and they will be removed from our particular seat. And we are calling on the president that the president will hear our cry this time around. The particular under 23, he wants to go back. We are calling on him that our particular man should be sacked and should be put behind bars. Thank you for your
Thank you very much. Tomorrow I will say some things to you people. It will be very frustrating. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Sekou.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
Okay, I'm asking I was calling from Bapa.
Yes, sir.
This is the time now for Patrick Su to act.
No, Patrick Su do not get power over the LDU.
Yes, okay.
And Justice Ministry.
Because whosoever has power now, because that man might like to even leave this country. That man might like to play any other thing right now. He should be barricaded right now. This is the time. Even they will not carry the prison, but people should get eyes on him right now. He can do anything because he's in Europe. His secret have been leaked out. And on the contrary, where he's going saying that no, even the president cannot do anything to him. If he fire anybody, that will have an implication on the president. If the president does not take 10 people who feed out this drug thing, the president is in
But Uncle T, do you know that the people have a person that he works at the Liberia and Sierra Leone border? His name is Nestor Fire.
Okay.
He comes to town every week with drugs to the LDA boss and his colleagues.
Look at that.
I'm telling you, I have the picture. I have evidence.
Look at that. Look at that. So let security guy. Right now, they should hold a strong means to handle that man. He's being out at this time because where he is now, he's confused. He can do anything.
Okay, thank you. The news. Hello. Hello. The last call. The news is up next. The news is ready. Okay, come. Okay, so we go for the news. Tomorrow we're gonna be back here what we've played and some of the things we've discussed today, what we're going to do tomorrow is more than what we've done today. There are recordings that you listen, and there are some things you listen to tomorrow. We've not done anything about Lorenzo yet. We have things on Lorenzo, but we don't want to balky you about them. I want to take my time one after another. But let me say this. If Michael J, you think that he can threaten our sources or whatever, go after them, we should know that this is a country of law. We have our eyes on him. If he thinks that he can come after us, I gave you 100% go ahead. Come after me and think, say, you will succeed in all of that. We are journalists and will continue to do what is right. The news is up next. My name is Sekou Sharif.